Hey ManCave, this is Bob for DaBob's N-Scale ManCave, and today's the next episode in the Free-moN N-Scale module build called Taconite Harbor. Let's see what we have for you today. Okay, we got another update, 23 May, and I put in some more granite gray all over the rock, making it less black, but lightening up and, giving some contour and some depth to what I'm seeing here. And I did this over here to the other side as well. There's a lot of gray on that one, which is fine. I don't want it all black. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting some burnt sienna onto what I had already painted. So as you can see, it's definitely got more of a reddish kind of look to it, and it's more subdued. It's not as gray or white kind of standing out as it is right now. Still have some touch-ups to do on it, but you can see what the effect is that I'm trying to go for here, and it's looking pretty good. Till the next update. Okay, this is what it looks like after I get all the burnt sienna on it. Looks fairly good. A lot of different color there, black, gray, and burnt sienna. Sort of a brown. It's a reddish brown. And this one over here, looking pretty good. I am going to add in some foliage and kind of stuff on there to give some green, maybe some little yellow flowers or something like that, but some sort of other distractions on the wall. But that's later on. I got to figure that stuff out. What I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to paint the side here and get that ready for some foliage and some rocks, something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but it's got to get going here. Now I've got another little update for you. I mocked up a piece of foam that holds a slide switch in it that's going to be used to switch my switches. This one particularly is going where the reverse loop is going to be joined together as it's coming back in to the exit from the Taconite Harbor. So I needed something to switch the switch with, and I didn't plan far enough ahead in my mind that I was going to use manual switches. My printer's making noise. So I made the switch fit in there. I was actually going to use this piece, but this was getting a little bit too loose. I didn't want to really glue it in. So I figured, I could 3D print this, and then I could use it in other applications. So I kind of measured it all up with my micrometer in millimeters. And then I jumped in here to Tinkercad and designed something that's similar. I took off this side over here so that I could use this in multiple locations if I needed to. And it's just far enough away from the switch machine to put the actual electrical switch in here and hook up a wire in between the throw bar and the switch handle, basically. So that's what I'm doing now. It's getting ready to start calculating and printing on my X1 carbon. So yeah. Well, about another 20 minutes and it'll be done. To the next update. Okay, a little update. I built this little switch holder. It's going to slide underneath my board there, and it has a electrical slide switch right there. That's got single pole, single throw, well, double throw actually, left and right. Wired up with track power, one rail to each side of the switch, and the center pin goes to your frog. And so once I figure that out and get that all wired in, I'll be able to power the frog. Well, this is going to go mounting right here next to my switch. Since I didn't make an extra piece of wood going out here to mount the switch in, I built this. And that way I can have an exact width and size holder for this particular switch. And then I just put a wire through the handle here on the switch. The other one goes to the hole on the switch itself, and pushing left and right pulls the switch in and out, and then also powers the frog. So that's what I got going on, and this is just a little bit below the level of the track so it doesn't bind on anything, and now I just got to mount it. Well, there you go. I had to use a really long drill bit to get underneath there to get up and screw that in, but it is in there, and mostly functional. Well, at least the mounting position is in place, and I think I'm going to go print some more for the other 3 switches and start installing stuff. Okay, time for another update. Since I got all the scenery rock kind of painted in, I wanted to see what it all looked like with the dock installed. And it is looking pretty nice. Don't have all the pieces yet. I still have some stuff to put up on top of the decking. You know, those pieces there. Either got to print them, or I have some printed downstairs. I need to go get them just to see if they fit. But yeah, put all the pieces in place as much as I can anyway, and it looks pretty good. Do have to scenic that stream there coming out to the lake. This has got to be cut. I'm going to print a piece from here to there, so it's just going to be a short little piece. But other than that, I got most of the printing done, so it's looking pretty good. I did paint the water portals over there underneath the track. Just got to cement that all in. Still not exactly sure where exactly it's going to go, but it's pretty close to right there. And I got to get the scenery around it to work just right. So we'll work on that. I did print out a culvert to come out of the wall so the water can come out of there. So I got to put a water scene in there, a little waterfall. And I got another one on the other side where it comes in. I'm not going to show you that one right now, but anyway, it is looking good. Got to print out some more hatch covers for the boat. I think I need like 4 more to make it a full set. I think I'm going to kind of cover some hatches like I got here. I got like this hatch covered. And all the hatches that are underneath a conveyor belt will be open. So I want to kind of cover up the ones that are not being filled at the moment. So it's kind of odd having 18 ports, but only 17 places to put a hatch cover, because it just doesn't fit. So you probably wouldn't notice that, but somebody might count. And Didn't want that to happen. So I'm going to cover them up and just make it look like it's supposed to be like that. A lot of details to go on the ship itself, railings and antenna masts and stuff like that. Got to be put together. Maybe even some windows and doors. You know, those kind of details probably need to get put in there. But all in all, it's looking pretty good. Till the next update, guys. Okay, time for another update. And it is Sunday the 24th. And yeah, I did take this side off because I need to do some work on that. Yeah, what in tarnation are you doing there, Bob? Why is this thing up on its side? What the heck are you doing? It's not supposed to be like that. Well, I turned it on its side so that I could put scenery on this side with it laying down, so gravity helps put the scenery down. So that's why I have it tilted off to one side. So since this is pretty much a flat drop-off cliff, it's going to be really hard to glue some ballast to it or scenery of some sort, you know, with grass or whatever, bushes and junk like that. We'll have a hard time adhering to it if it's, you know, always falling down. So I am putting it in this orientation so that I can make it easier on myself. And yep, that's what I'm doing. Also, as I was looking at the real life Taconite harbor, I was noticing that this right here is not built correctly. There is a piece of cement that comes out this direction here, and it also comes out to there, and just it's just oriented differently, because I think the river isn't supposed to go this way. It's supposed to actually go up this way. Well, I really have to compress stuff, so I had to twist it. So I may or may not put I probably should put a little cement piece right in here to cut this off, and then it'll just be ground right up in here, and that's kind of how it is in reality. And the other portal comes out right out in here. That doesn't leave me a whole lot of room for the waterfall that's supposed to go right in here. Well, since this is so compressed, the waterfall would be back up here to make it a little bit more realistic. But I got to put it here because there's a seam right here. Makes more sense to do it that way. So that's what I'm going to have to do. But anyway, that's future work, and I really don't need to get that done at this time. But just letting you know what my vision is. And so, yep. Oh, I also 3D printed a little trestle piece there to glue on to this tunnel. That now is done. It's in place and glued down. See, it doesn't fall off. And I can pick it up. So it's glued in place. And so I got that done. Also, I modified one of the trestles to make it a little bit shorter. And that actually goes in right here. There we go. Goes in right in there. But I don't need it in there while I do scenery. So out it goes. Till next time, ManCavians. Till the next update. Next update, I start putting the glue on, this Elmer's clear glue. And then I poured, after I smeared it out, I poured the fine ballast gray blend on there with a spoon. Just kind of sprinkled it over, smeared it out around a little bit. Not too much because the glue is still wet. And then just going to let it dry. When I get more upright, I'll put some ballast up in here, kind of merge all that stuff together, put some scenery, some green stuff, maybe some rocks down on this side. But while it's drying, it's not much I can do. But once the glue dries, it'll probably take an hour and a half or so to get fully really dried. I can go over and put some more on the spotty places that I missed. They're a little thin or whatever, and keep going. But then I'll, put it in more upright and finish off the job. But till then, I'll just vacuum it up, see where all the missing pieces are, and then glue it down. Okay, another update here on the 24th of May. I put my module back up after I got this wall all glued in place, and I put a little bit more rock down up on here on the sides. It's gluing in this area here, a little bit here. I'll probably have to take this down a little bit again and lay it on its side to glue that side in there. But it's starting to come together. It's getting there. I'll probably start putting in some foliage, maybe paint some touch up there. Got a little bit of plaster dripping down on it, and I'll fix that. Wash it off or something. Put a little bit of black paint on or gray paint right on there, and cover that up, or put a bush down there. But it's kind of hard to do when I got this. It sits right up against there, so it may not really need it. It's kind of hidden. Anyway, went to a graduation party for somebody we know, but so I've hadn't done a lot today. But I did print out this little piece here, this wall, retaining wall, because that's reality. That's what it looks like to a certain degree. I'm going to have to put another piece of plaster cloth down here along this lip here to kind of cover up and flatten out that area right there. I do have to add some foam up in here for this section because this waterfall needs a place to go and cut through, so I need to have a stream kind of going through here. And so this is going to be raised up a little bit. This piece is a little bit too short. It's got to be up about that high. And so, because it's pretty much, rock wall all along this side. It comes up to about here, and then it starts over here again. So I got to kind of figure this all out with some shaper sheet. And, doing a little bit more carving. I might redo this piece a little bit, make it a little bit shorter on this side, because in reality it's kind of going downhill. It's not as tall as it is here, so I might want to lower that down over on the other side and make it look a little bit more normal to that fascia that's over there. So there's some work to do. Maybe do a little more work on Memorial Day tomorrow. We'll see how that goes, or I may be mowing the lawn. Till the next update, guys. So if this is your first time visiting DaBob's N-Scale Man Cave, consider subscribing down below. Also ring that bell down below to get notified of future videos just like this one. Also, leave a comment. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, and as always, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Till next time, ManCavians, happy mile railroading. You stay off those tracks. Bye.